Welcome to Cleveland Stadium. The strike is over, and we are ready to get back to baseball in 1972. This is the APC season that I have literally been waiting years to play. 1972 was the first year that my father started taking me down to the ballpark on a regular basis. Took me to a game once in 1969, but thought on the whole that I was too young to go down to the ballpark. That is until 1972. I remember, in fact, watching this opening day game at the home of the kid across the street. We were both in the second grade, and we were excited about watching this game. This is April 15th, 1972. My parents will be celebrating their ninth anniversary in a few days. My dad is a member of the Cleveland Fire Department. He has been since 1967. And we moved out of the city of Cleveland proper into one of the suburbs at the end of 1968. Right now, we're a family of five. And our youngest sister will be born a little more than a year from now. But as I was saying, I remember watching this game, and then 14 years later, 1986, I'm in Victoria, Canada, visiting there while I was in the Navy. And I went into a comic book store there, and they had a few of the old sporting news guides, the little paperbacks that were like in the shape of squares with the white covers. And they would have the schedule and results of every team from the following year. So in the 1973 version, I looked at the 1972 Indians, and I was glad to see that I remembered that they had played the Brewers on this game, and I remembered the final score of the game. I have several vivid memories of going to the Cleveland Stadium that year with my dad, my grandfather, and then later on towards the end of the season, my dad started taking my younger brother too. The 1971 season was something of a disaster for the Indians. It was a terrible season, and with as much as I'd been looking forward to playing this season, there were several times that I just wanted to autoplay through it. And then you figure the 1971 NFL season, boring. 71, 72 NBA season, boring. Terrible Cavs team. ABA season, boring. No races. NHL season, boring. No races. So I am really looking forward to playing the 1972 season. Usually for the first week and a half, probably through the second weekend of the series, I use the as played lineups just to see who was hot in spring trading and such. The Indians lost 6 games due to the strike. They had been scheduled to open the season in Milwaukee, and they lost 3 games there. And then Boston was coming to Cleveland for 3 games. Those games have been eliminated. Cleveland had a lot of turnover in the offseason. They faced the Brewers. Brewers had a pretty good amount of turnover as well. Gaylord Perry makes his American League debut, and he'll be facing Bill Parsons of the Milwaukee Brewers. It's 58 degrees here on the lakefront. Winds are in from left center field. So it's a chilly day down at the ballpark. Milwaukee's starting lineup for opening day. Leading off is a shortstop, Rick Auerbach. Batting second to center fielder Dave May. Batting third, the first baseman, Johnny Briggs. Batting fourth, the third baseman, George Scott, who came over from the Red Sox. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Joe LaHood. He's also over from the Red Sox. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Bill Voss. Batting seventh, the catcher, Paul Ratliff. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Ron Theobald. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Bill Parsons. Let's look at the Indians on defense. They have last year's Rookie of the Year, Chris Chambliss at first base. Eddie Leone at second. Newcomer Frank Duffy at short. He came over from San Francisco. He came from San Francisco along with Gaylord Perry. I almost said he came from Cincinnati. He went from Cincinnati to San Francisco in a trade for George Foster. At third base, Greg Nettles. Last season, Nettles played every inning of every game. In left field, newly acquired Alex Johnson, come over from the Angels. In center field, Del Unser, newly acquired. He came over from the Rangers. In right field, Buddy Bell, making his major league debut. After Chris Chambliss was called up to the Indians last season, Buddy Bell became the most highly touted prospect in the Indians farm system. He was the Rookie of the Year in the American Association last year. Catching is Ray Fosse, and on the mound, making his American League debut, Gaylord Perry. Gaylord Perry's brother Jim Perry spent some time pitching for the Indians. Leading off is the shortstop, Rick Auerbach, and here we go. The first pitch of the 1972 season. In the dirt, ball one. Curveball. He hits a base hit up the middle. Unser tosses it back in. Here is Dave May. Last season, Dave May hit .279 with 23 home runs, 87 runs batted in. He bunts it. Perry's up with it. Throws to Leone, covering first. One out as Auerbach takes second on the sacrifice. Here's the first baseman, Johnny Briggs. Briggs came over to Milwaukee from Philadelphia early in the season last year. He hit .234. He had 31 home runs and 84 runs batted in. Milwaukee is managed by Dave Bristol. Reportedly, the Indians approached him to manage the team after Johnny LaPone was not retained. But Bristol said no, he preferred to stay in Milwaukee. Inside, ball one. The Indians also wanted Brewers pitching coach, Vern Horschike, to come with him, but they both said no. That was in at the knees. Strike one. A little too high. Ball two. Ball three. 3 balls, 1 strike. Inside, ball 4. Ooh, looked a little suspicious there. Gaylord Perry has a reputation for doctoring the ball. Here is George Scott over from the Red Sox. Last year with the Red Sox, he had .235 with 28 home runs and 91 runs batted in. He hits a fly ball into center field. Unser's under it, and he's got it. The wind caught that one. He had to dive for it. Made a nice play out there. 2 outs. Here is Joe LaHood. He's also over from the Red Sox. Off-speed pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. LaHood hits fly ball into left field. Buddy Bell drifting back. He's got it. 3 outs. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. They left 2 men on base. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Milwaukee nothing. Cleveland coming to bat. And I have to take a timeout for a moment. And we're back. This is WJST in Parma, Norwich, and Tuscaloosa. Let's take a look at the Indians' starting lineup for opening day. Leading off the center fielder, Del Unser. Batting second to second baseman, Eddie Leone. Batting third to left fielder, Alex Johnson. Batting fourth to third baseman, Greg Nettles. Batting fifth to first baseman, Chris Chambliss. Batting sixth to catcher, Ray Fosse. Batting seventh to right fielder, Buddy Bell. Batting eighth to shortstop, Frank Duffy. And batting ninth to pitcher, Gaylord Perry. On defense, the Brewers have John Briggs at first, Ron Theobald at second, Rick Auerbach at short, George Scott at third, Joe LaHood in left field, Dave May in center, Bill Voss in right, Paul Ratliff catching, and on the mound, Bill Parsons. Last year in Parsons' rookie year, he was 17 and 11 with a 4.16 ERA. He walked 98. He struck out 122. He had a decent year last year for his first year. Del Unser leads off. He came over from the Senators / Rangers. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Strike 3 called. The Indians have Joe Lutz coaching at first. Bob Hoffman coaching at third. Bob Hoffman played against the Indians in the 1954 World Series. Here is Eddie Leone. He bounced back and forth last season between second base and shortstop. With Frank Duffy here now, it's believed that Ken Aspermani is going to just want to have him play short or second base on a regular basis. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He had a good cut and he missed. As a young kid, I always liked Kenny Espremani as a manager. Couldn't tell you why, but I still do. Here is Alex Johnson. He had a very difficult year with the Angels last year. He got into 47 games. He ended up getting suspended. They said he wouldn't play hard. He wouldn't run out grounders. He was lackadaisical in the field. Allegedly, he pulled a gun on teammate Chico Ruiz, who was actually a friend of his. They played together in Cincinnati. And he got suspended for the year without pay. And then the Players Association took it to arbitration, saying that he was having some emotional difficulties, should have been placed on the disabled list. And the arbitrator agreed, so he ended up getting the salary that had been denied to him while he was suspended. But they didn't make the team pay back the fines that they had charged Johnson. And then during spring training, Chico Ruiz was killed in a car accident, which reportedly had Johnson pretty shaken up. As it was reported, they were friends in Cincinnati, and the gun incident is controversial because it's some people said they witnessed it, some said that they didn't, and I don't know what the real story behind that was. I don't know if anybody does. In New York, the world champion Pirates and Mets, no score in the first. Yogi Berra is the new manager of the Mets after the sudden death of Gil Hodges almost 2 weeks ago. He died of a heart attack on Easter Sunday. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Johnson hits a grounder down the line to third, but that's foul. It's a grounder to second. Theobald has it. Throw to first. Briggs knocks it down. Throw is low. They're going to give Theobald an error on that. Johnson's on first. 2 outs. Here's Greg Nettles. Nettles had a great season last season. He is one of maybe 3 Indians players who could say that. Last season, him, Chris Chambliss, and Mike Paul. Nettles appeared in every inning of the season last year. He had 262. He had 41 home runs and 126 runs batted in. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Inside, that one bounced on the way to the plate. Ball 1. Down and away. Ball 2. It's a long fly ball down the right field line. Voss is after it. He's after it. That makes the seats. Ball 3. Full count. 2 outs. Nettles, base hit in the left field. Johnson rounds second. He'll take third as LaHood throws it in. So we have 2 outs, runners at the corners. And here is Chris Chambliss. Chambliss was the Rookie of the Year in the American League last year. hit .298. He had 15 home runs and 52 runs batted in. He came up at the end of May. In fact, he got called up before that. He was injured in spring training with Wichita. Then he got called up to Cleveland and got injured again before he could even get into a game. So he did not make an appearance with the Indians until the end of May. Just inside, ball one. Swing and a miss, strike one. Swing at a bad pitch. The inside corner at the knee, strike two. Off the corner, ball two. Fastball, that almost hit him, ball three, full count. Campbell's base hit in the center field. Johnson scores. Nettles around second. He'll take third. It's 1-0 Cleveland. Here is Ray Fosse, the catcher. He was busy during the strike. He was the Indians player representative. And he also organized workouts after the owners decreed that the players couldn't use their spring training sites or the Major League field sites. He organized some training and practices at Cleveland State University, where 25 years after this, I was attending grad school there. Strike one called. Just high, ball one. Oh, he got hit in the ribs. That'll load the bases. And here is Buddy Bell making his Major League debut today. This is his first at bat. His father, longtime National Leaguer Gus Bell, he's in attendance today. In fact, Del Unser, his father was a former Major Leaguer. Al Unser was a catcher, I believe, for the White Sox. And he has been hired as a scout by the Indians organization under their new ownership group led by Nick Maletti. Fastball, strike one called. Missed away, ball one. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty certain that in real life, Buddy Bell's first Major League home run was a grand slam. Base hit up the middle. Nettles scores. Chambliss rounds third. He'll score. Fosse holds at second. It's 3-0 Cleveland. That error by Theobald is has really come back to haunt the Brewers. That would have been the third out of the inning. After that error, Bill Parsons has given up 3 unearned runs. Here is Frank Duffy, the new shortstop, came over from the Giants along with Gaylord Perry for Sam McDowell. He went to San Francisco midway through the season last year. He went there from Cincinnati and was traded for George Foster. He was 1 for 8 with the Giants last year. And he was 3 for 26 for the Reds. This is actually his 35th Major League game. Going back to, let me see. Sorry, my computer's moving slow. Going back to 1970. Got a shortage of memory. I've been playing the APC golf game. I think that may be taking up too much memory on my computer. Curveball. Duffy swings, pops it up. Third base side, foul ground. George Scott is after it. He's after it near the Indians' bullpen, but that makes the seats. Duffy hits a sharp grounder to short. Auerbach only plays first. He throws him out. 3 outs, but the Indians get 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. They left 2 men on base. We played 1 inning here at opening day. It is Cleveland 3, Milwaukee nothing. It'll be Bill Voss, Paul Ratliff, and Ron Theobald for the Brewers in the second. Bill Voss, the right fielder. The 0-2 pitch from Perry. Voss is a base hit in right center. Unser running over. Cuts it off and throws it back in. Excuse me. Here is Paul Ratliff, the catcher. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike 1. Perry's fastball usually hits him in the low to mid 80s. Strike 2 called. In the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner on first. It's fly ball down the right field line. It is foul. I remember listening to the Indians broadcast in 1972. They had Bob Neal, who was in his last season as an Indians broadcaster. I don't remember him or anything about him, along with Herb Score. In 1973, they would bring in the man who I consider the best broadcaster in Cleveland history, Joe Tate, who will be in the radio booth with Herb Score. This year on the television broadcasts on WJW Channel 8, the CBS affiliate, are Harry Jones, who was a longtime sports writer for the Cleveland Plain Dealer, and Indians legend Rocky Colavito. I remember those two. Got the inside corner, strike 3 called. Game's calling that a spitball. Here's the second baseman, Ron Theobald. He'll be up there trying to make up for the error that he committed in the first inning. Caught the inside corner, strike 1. It's a hard grounder up the middle. Leone dives. Flips to Duffy for 1. To Chambliss. Double play. 4-6-3 double play. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left. We go to the bottom of the second. Cleveland 3, Milwaukee nothing. Let's take a look at that double play again. Leone with the dive. Flips it to Duffy. Double play. Nice way to get Perry out of that. It wasn't. I wouldn't call it a jam, but they always call that the pitcher's best friend. Here's Gaylord Perry, his first at bat as a member of the Indians. As a pitcher, Perry has a lifetime record of 136 and 98. Last season for the Giants, he was 16 and 15 with an ERA of 3.56. He's been in the majors since 1962. And this is his first year in the American League. With the 0-2 pitch, right down the middle, strike three called. Here's Del Unser, he's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Ratliff dropped the ball. He had a tag Unser. But that's strikeout number 4 for Parsons. Here's Eddie Leone. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball in the right field. Voss going back. He's near the wall. And he's got it. I may slip up and say he's on the warning track. But in 1972, Cleveland Stadium did not have a warning track. They did make the fences higher, though, to try to cut down on home runs this year. So nothing across for Cleveland in the bottom of the second. We go to the third. It is Cleveland 3, Milwaukee nothing. It'll be Bill Parsons, Rick Auerbach, and Dave May for Milwaukee. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Parsons. Grounder to second. Leone has it. He has plenty of time. 1 out. Here's Rick Auerbach. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first to lead off the game. The 2-2 pitch. Shallow fly ball in the center field. Del Unser coming in. He's got it. 2 outs. And here's Dave May. He had a sacrifice bunt in the first. The 2-1 pitch. It's a bouncer to first. Chambliss has it. And he'll take it himself. 3 outs. Nothing across for Milwaukee in the third. Bottom of the third, Cleveland leads 3-0. It'll be Alex Johnson, Greg Nettles, and Chris Chambliss. Alex Johnson was safe on an error in the first. You'll recall that was with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. It's fly ball in the left field. That's well hit. LaHood going back at the wall. Gone. Home run. First home run of the season for the Indians. I have to check. I was going to say it'd be the first home run Alex Johnson hit in the American League, but it wouldn't be. He was with the Phillies, the Cardinals, and the Reds between 1964 and 1969, then went to California in 1970. And before his troubles last year, he had put together 3 good consecutive seasons, 68, 69, and 70. They call him an enigma. Here's Greg Nettles. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. The 2-1 pitch. Base hit in the right field. Foss tosses it back in. Nobody out. Runner on first. Here's Chris Chambliss. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. That drove in Alex Johnson. That was the first run the Indians scored this season. Fastball at the belt. Strike 1. Too low. Ball 1. Right down the plate. Strike 2. It's fly ball in the right field. Foss going back. He's near the wall. He's got it. 1 out. Here's Ray Fosse. He was hit by a pitch last time up. Caught the inside corner, strike 1. I think he was pretty sure that that hit was not deliberate. Dying Quail into right field. Base hit. Nettles round second. He'll take third. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Boy, when I was a kid, Ray Fosse was my favorite player. I couldn't tell you why, but he was. 1972. This is also the first year I collected baseball cards. To my parents' long-time regret. They did not like the baseball cards because I think they thought my brother and I got them all over the place. And my brother and I would argue about them sometimes. Curveball on the outside half of the plate, strike 1. It's a liner into left field. LaHoo comes in, makes the catch. Nettles will hold at third. I don't think my brother was collecting baseball cards in 1972. He would have been. I think he would have been too young. Faster runner may have tried to tag up on that, but here's Frank Duffy. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to his opposite number, Rick Arbach, last time up. Here's the pitch. There goes Fosse. Throw to second. He's safe. Fosse giving Bill Parsons a little bit of the business. Hit me in the first inning. I'm going to steal in the third. That pitch was called a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Outside, ball 1. Just outside, ball 2. This Indians team that is playing right now, it is coalescing into the team that I really remember from the 70s. Duffy hits a base hit in the left field. Nettles scores. Fosse rounds third. Duffy's going, making a play, try for second. He's out. Fosse scored, but Theobald applied the tag. Let's watch that one again. I think Duffy thought that Lahu and Arbach were going to throw to the plate. Arbach made the throw to Theobald, and Duffy made the final out of the inning. But Nettles and Fosse were both able to score, so the Indians pick up 3 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. There were no errors and no one left. We have played 3 at Cleveland Stadium here on opening day. It is Cleveland 6, Milwaukee nothing. Have a couple of scores right now. Top of the 4th at Shea Stadium, the Pirates lead the Mets 5-1. Bob Robertson hit his first home run. That is Doc Ellis against Tom Seaver. And bottom of the 5th at Tiger Stadium, it's Red Sox nothing, Tigers nothing. That's Marty Patton against Mickey Lolich. And the Yankees and Orioles are undergoing a rain delay right now. Here is John Briggs. He walked back in the first inning. George Scott is on deck. The 3-1 pitch. Grounder to first. Chambliss has it. He'll take it himself. 1 out. George Scott, he's 0 for 1. He had a deep fly ball that Unser made a nice diving catch on. The 0-1 pitch. Fly ball in the left field. Johnson back at the wall. That's gone. Home run number 1 for George Scott. And the Brewers are on the board. It is 6-1. Cleveland leads. Saying that was 362 feet. Here's Joe LaHood. He's 0 for 1. He flied to Buddy Bell in right field in the first. He put Buddy Bell right up against the wall. Base hit in center field. Right now, with the time in spring training lost, almost about 10 days worth of spring training, at least 10 to 12 days. The concern is how the pitchers are going to look early in the season. Wilson came running in on that one, but he couldn't make the play. Here's Bill Voss. He's 1 for 1. He's singled in the second. Grounder to second. Leone to Duffy. Throw to first. Not in time. 2 outs. Bill Voss, for whatever reason, he always seems to play good against the Indians. Here's the catcher, Paul Ratliff. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Strike 2 called.
Strike 3.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Perry. But the Brewers get 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They left 1 on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Cleveland 6, Milwaukee 1. Gaylord Perry leads off the 4th. It will be Perry, Unser, and Leone. Perry's 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the second inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Perry was a little ahead on the changeup. Here's Del Unser, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2. He struck out in the first, struck out in the second. In the second, he struck out and he had to be tagged out. Unser hits a fly ball in the center field. May drifting back. And he's got it. 1 out. 2 outs, I'm sorry. So excited about opening day. And I'm thinking about watching it. The kid across the street's black and white TV. We had a black and white TV at our house, too. I don't think we got a color TV until close to Thanksgiving of 1972. Here is Eddie Leone. He's 0 for 2 today. He struck out. And he flied out down the right field line in the second, put Voss up against the wall. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball. He hits a fly ball in the center field. May drifting over has got it. 3 outs. Nothing across for the Indians in the bottom of the fourth. We played 4 complete. It is Cleveland 6, Milwaukee 1. It'll be Theobald, Parsons, and Arbach for the Brewers in the 5th inning. Theobald is 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play last time up. The 2-0 pitch. Grounder to short. Frank Duffy's there. Throws him out. 1 out. Remember, people always said about Duffy that he became a good shortstop when he started wearing glasses. And another story was that he was a good shortstop. Then he got married and he slumped for a little bit after getting married. Here's Bill Parsons. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounded to Eddie Leone back in the third. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Gaylord Perry. Here's Rick Arbach. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the first. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Gaylord Perry. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's an official game here in Cleveland for opening day. Cleveland leads 6-1. And I will be right back. All right, I needed a refreshing hit of Rocket Fuel malt liquor. In the bottom of the 5th for the Indians, it will be Alex Johnson, Greg Nettles, and Chris Chambliss. Alex Johnson is 1 for 2. He hit a home run back in the 3rd inning. It's a grounder into left field, base hit. Arbach was a little late on that one. Here's Greg Nettles. He's 2 for 2. He singled in the first, and he singled in the third. Arbach's having a rough day at shortstop. Nettles, it's a fly ball into right field. Voss back at the wall. That is gone. Home run, number 1 for Greg Nettles. He's picking right up where he left off last season. And that'll make it 8-1 Cleveland. The umpires today are Nestor Shalak behind the plate, Larry Barnett at first, Dave Phillips at second, and Jim Evans at third. In the 6th inning for Milwaukee. I'm sorry, I totally lost my place. For the Indians, it's Chris Chambliss. He is 1 for 2. He singled in the first and flat out in the third. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. The 0-2 pitch. Foul tip. Count remains 0-2. Ray Fosse's on deck. Chambliss hits a base hit into left field. LaHoo throws it back in. Nobody out. Here's Ray Fosse. He's 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first. He singled in the third. Sorry, I lost where I was. I was looking up the attendance for the game. It's high and inside. Ball 2. It's on the outside half of the plate. Strike 1. Ball 3. It's a grounder to third. Scott to second for 1. There'll be no throw to first. 1 out. Fosse's on first. Here is Buddy Bell, who's 1 for 2. He singled in the first. He drove in 2 runs. Nettles and Chambliss scored. And he lined out the left in the third. Low and inside, ball 1. Base hit in the center field. Fosse rounds second. He'll take third. Throw to third. Fosse beat the throw. Bell holds at first. Runners at the corners. 1 out. Here's Frank Duffy. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the third. That drove in 2 runs. And Duffy was out at second, trying to stretch a single into a double. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Pops it up, first base side. Briggs after it near the Brewers bullpen, but it makes the seats. Too high, ball 1. It's a shallow fly ball in the right field. Voss is under it. He has it. Fosse tags. And he'll score. It's 9-1 Cleveland. Here's Gaylord Perry. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. That was Frank Duffy's third RBI of the game. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Caught the inside corner, strike 3 called. That was strikeout number 6 for Parsons, but the Indians get 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They left 1 man on base. We have played 5 here in Cleveland on opening day. The Indians 9, the Brewers 1. In the 6th inning for Milwaukee, it will be Dave May, John Briggs, and George Scott. Dave May is 0 for 1 today. Grounder back to the mound. Perry has it, and he'll throw him out. 1 out. Here is John Briggs. He's 0 for 1. He had a walk back in the 1st inning. Fly ball in the right field. Bell going back. He's near the wall. It's off the wall. Briggs is in second with a stand-up double. Here's George Scott. He is 1 for 2. He hit a solo home run back in the 4th inning. Fly ball down the left field line. Johnson's after it. He's after it, but that'll make the seats. Ball 1. Scott hits a base hit in the left field. Johnson's up with it. Briggs will hold it third. Nettles was a little slow getting to that one. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Here's Joe LaHood. He's 0 for 1, or 1 for 2. He singled in the 4th. Grounder down the first base line. That's foul. Grounder to first. Chambliss has it. Throw to Duffy for 1. Throw to first. Not in time. Briggs scores. It's 9 to 2. Here's Bill Voss. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the 2nd. Just low. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Voss hits a fly ball into left field. Johnson's coming in. He's got it. 3 outs. The Brewers get 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is Cleveland 9, Milwaukee 2. Del Unser leads off for Cleveland. He's 0 for 3. He has a pair of strikeouts and he flied out to center. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball down the right field line. Voss is after it. It's out of play. Grounder to second. Theobald up with it. Throws him out. 1 out. Here's Eddie Leone. He's 0 for 3. The 0-2 pitch. Hard grounder to third. Scott to his left. Has it. Throws him out. 2 outs. Here's Alex Johnson. He's 2 for 3. He was safe on an error in the 1st. That ended up leading to a 3-run Cleveland rally. Hit a solo home run in the third, and he singled in the fifth. The 3-1 pitch. High and outside barely, ball four. That's walk number one given up by Parsons. Here's Greg Nettles. He's 3 for 3. He singled in the first, singled in the third, and hit a 2-run homer in the fifth. At the shoulders and wide, ball one. Base hit in the right field. Johnson rounds second. He'll take third. 4 hits on the day for Greg Nettles. Here's Chris Chambliss. He's 2 for 3. Breaking ball caught the inside corner. Strike one. He singled in the first. That scored Alex Johnson. He flied out in the third, and he singled in the fifth. Low, ball one. Inside, ball two. Too high, ball three. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hits a grounder to second. Theobald's up with it. Throws him out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We played 6 here in Cleveland. On opening day, it is Cleveland 9, Milwaukee 2. Cleveland has 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They've left 5 men on base. Milwaukee has 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. They've left 4 men on base. Cleveland got on the board first in the first inning. With 2 outs, Alex Johnson was safe on a throwing error by Ron Theobald. Then Nettles followed that up with a single. Chambliss singled. That scored Alex Johnson. Nettles made it to third. Fosse was hit by a pitch. And then Bell singled, scoring Nettles and Chambliss. So Cleveland got 3 unearned runs in the first. Then in the third, Alex Johnson led off with a home run. Nettles singled. With 1 out, Fosse singled. That put runners at the corners. Bell lined out for the second out. Then Ray Fosse stole second. Duffy singled. That scored Nettles and Fosse, and Duffy was out trying to stretch it into a triple. Or trying to stretch a single into a double. I'm sorry. That made it 6-0 Cleveland. Then in the fourth inning, George Scott hit a solo home run for Milwaukee. Made it 6-1. Bottom of the fifth, Johnson singled. Nettles hit a 2-run homer. Chambliss singled. Fosse forced him out at second. Bell singled. That put runners at the corner. And Frank Duffy hit a sacrifice fly. That made it Cleveland 9, Milwaukee 1. And then in the sixth with 1 out, John Briggs doubled. Scott singled. That put runners at the corner. And Joe LaHood grounded into a force play, scoring Briggs. That made it 9-2. That's where we are right now. In the bottom of the seventh, or the top of the seventh, it will be Paul Ratliff, Ron Theobald, and Bill Parsons. Although I'm expecting a pinch hitter for Parsons. Ratliff is 0 for 2 today. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, grounder up the middle. Leone to his right has it. Throws him out, 1 out. Here's Ron Theobald. He's 0 for 2. He made what looked like a crucial error at the time that led to 3 unearned runs in the first. 2-0 pitch. Grounder into left field, base hit. Johnson throws it back in. Pinch hitting for Bill Parsons is Brock Davis. Brock Davis, a left-hand batter. Let's see. Last season with the Cubs, he hit .275. He had no home runs and 40 runs batted in. He came to Milwaukee in the trade for Jose Cardinal. Grounder up the middle. Duffy has it. Steps on second. Throw to first. Not in time. Here's Rick Auerbach. He's 1 for 3. He led off the game with a single. Strike one called. The 0-1 pitch. In the dirt. That's a wild pitch. Davis takes second. Wide. Ball 2. It's a high fly ball into left field. Johnson coming in. Duffy going back. Johnson has it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Here at Cleveland Stadium on opening day, it is Cleveland 9, Milwaukee 2. Around the league in the top of the 8th. At Shea Stadium, Pirates lead the Mets 8-1. Doc Ellis pitching for the Pirates and Buzz Capra in for the Mets. And the bottom of the 7th in Detroit, the Red Sox and Tigers are tied 2-2. Doug Griffin is 3 for 3. Ken Tatum pitching for Boston. Coming in to pitch for the Brewers is rookie Jerry Bell. Jerry Bell got into 5 games last year. He pitched 7 1/3 innings. Had a record of 0-1. And an ERA of 2.45. He is a fastball pitcher. Ray Fosse leads off the bottom of the 7th. It will be Fosse, Bell, and Duffy. Fosse is 1 for 2 today. The 0-1 pitch. Grounder to short. Auerbach has it. Throws him out. 1 out. Here is Buddy Bell. He's put in his first major league game. He's 2 for 3. Singled in the first, drove in 2 runs. He lined out to the left fielder in the 3rd, and he singled in the 5th. So he's off to a nice start. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder into right field, base hit. That's hit number 3 for Buddy Bell. Here's Frank Duffy. He's 1 for 2 today. He has 3 runs batted in. He's playing in his first American League game. Ground ball down the third base line. That's foul. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Strikeout number 1 for Jerry Bell. Here's Gaylord Perry. He's 0 for 3. He has 3 strikeouts. high and away, ball one. Inside, ball two. It's a liner up the middle. Base hit for Perry. Bell rounds second. He takes third. We have runners at the corners. 2 outs. Here's Del Unser, who's 0 for 4. Looking for his first hit as a member of the Indians. Eddie Leon's on deck. That caught the outside corner. Strike one. Ball one. Too low. Ball two. It's a ground ball to the pitcher. Bell has it and throws him out. 3 outs, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. We have played 7. It's Cleveland 9, Milwaukee 2. Dave May leads off for the Milwaukee in the 8th. He's 0 for 2 today. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball got away from Fosse. He had to throw to first for the out. Here's John Briggs. He's 1 for 2. He doubled in the 6th. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout number 6 for Gaylord Perry. Here's George Scott. He's 2 for 3. He's having a big day today. Hit a solo home run in the 4th, and he singled in the 6th. The 0-2 pitch. Fly ball into center field. Unser going back. He's at the wall. It's off the wall. Scott with a stand-up double. That's his first double of the year. He's having a good day today. His first game with the Brewers. Here's Joe LaHood. He's 1 for 3. He singled in the 4th. He grounded into a force play in the 6th, and that scored John Briggs. Strike one called. Outside and low, ball one. Sharp grounder down the line at third, but it's foul. The 1-2 pitch. LaHood hits fly ball into right field. Buddy Bell has it measured. And that's 3. 3 outs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is Cleveland 9, Milwaukee 2. Buddy Bell made a nice diving catch on that one. I got a feeling the fans are going to like him. For the Indians in the 8th, it will be Eddie Leon, Alex Johnson, and Greg Nettles. Eddie Leon is 0 for 4 today. Wind's picking up a little bit here at the stadium. 62 degrees. The winds are 13 miles an hour in from left field, so I bet it feels a little colder than 62 degrees. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I remember this time of the year at the stadium. On a lot of days, it wouldn't feel bad if you were sitting in the sun, but if you were sitting in the shade, you had better be dressed for it. It's strikeout number 2 for Bell. Here's Alex Johnson. He's 2 for 3 in his Indians debut. He was safe on an error in the 1st. That led to 3 unearned runs for the Indians. Hit a solo home run in the 3rd. He singled in the 5th. And he walked in the 6th. Denny Riddleberger getting up to warm up for the Indians. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball into left field. Lahoud has it measured. 2 outs. Here's Greg Nettles. He's 4 for 4 today. He singled in the first, singled in the third. Hit a solo home run in the 5th, and he singled in the 6th. He has 4 hits, a home run, and 2 runs batted in today. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. It's Chris Chambliss. He's 2 for 4. He has a run batted in today. He singled in the first. That scored Alex Johnson, and he singled in the 5th. Strike. Late call strike. Says earlier today that was not a strike. Strike 1. It's a grounder to first. Briggs has it. He'll take it himself. 3 outs. No runs. No hits. No errors. 1 left. We go to the 9th inning. It is Cleveland 9, Milwaukee 2 here at opening day. This is WJS TV. Parma, Norwich, and Utah. For the Brewers in the 9th, it will be Voss, Ratliff, and Theobald. Bill Voss is 1 for 3 today. He singled in the 2nd. Oh, they're calling him back. Tommy Reynolds will pinch hit. Tommy Reynolds, right-hand hitter. Let's see what he's done. He came over from California. Last year with the Angels, he had 233. He had 7 home runs and 17 runs batted in. He also played with the Kansas City Athletics and the Mets. It's a sharp grounder to second. Leone up with it. Throw to first. 1 out. Here's Paul Ratliff, the catcher. He's 0 for 3. Up. They're calling him back. Darrell Porter will pinch hit. Darrell Porter, the rookie. He got into 5 games with the Brewers last season. He was 1 for 11. The 0-1 pitch. Fly ball in the left field. Johnson drifting back. And he's got it. 2 outs. Brewers are down to their last out. It'll be Ron Theobald. He's 1 for 3. He singled in the 7th. The 2-2 pitch. Base hit in the right field. He keeps it alive for the Brewers. Mike Ferraro will pinch hit for Jerry Bell, sorry. Mike Ferraro, this is his first major league game since 1969 when he got into 3 games with the Seattle Pilots. He also had some short stints with the Yankees in 66 and 68. played in 22 career games. And spoiler alert, Mike Ferraro, future manager of the Cleveland Indians. Outside, ball one. Swing and a miss, strike one. In at the knees, strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. That's the ball game. Indians win on opening day, 9-2. The Indians had 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Milwaukee had 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Gaylord Perry in his American League debut is 1-0. He pitched a complete game, gave up 2 runs. They were both earned. 1 home run, he walked 1, he struck out 7. Bill Parsons takes the loss. He's 0-1. He pitched 6 innings. He gave up 12 hits, 9 runs. 6 of those were earned. He gave up 2 home runs, a home run to Alex Johnson, a home run to Greg Nettles. He walked 1, he struck out 6. In relief, Jerry Bell pitched 2 innings. He gave up 2 hits, he walked 1, he struck out 2. Indians left 8 men on base. The Brewers left 7 men on base. Greg Nettles is the star of the game. He went 4 for 4 with a home run and 2 runs batted in. Alex Johnson went 2 for 4 with a home run. And Buddy Bell, in his first Major League game, went 3 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. For the Brewers, George Scott led the hitting attack. He went 3 for 4 with a home run and a double. The time of this game was 2 hours and 43 minutes. The attendance today was 22,831. Paltry for an opening day, but after the strike and what they finally announced on Thursday that this game would be played, so probably not a bad crowd. I have played this particular game, many times because, as I've said several times, I remember watching this game on TV. It was the first game I remember ever watching on TV. And in real life, the Indians lost this game 5-1. But I'm happy to say here that the Indians won 9-2. That in this season, I'm really looking forward to playing. And the Indians look like they're off to a good start. I mean, it's just one game, but they're already looking better than they looked last year. Milwaukee is now an AL East rival of the Indians, having moved from the West because of the Texas Rangers moving from the East to the West. Once again, our final score today: Cleveland Indians 9, Milwaukee Brewers 2 on opening day 1972. I really enjoyed finally getting a chance to play this game. I hope you enjoyed it too. And thank you for watching.